Another one of the teams going into the Saskatchewan Hockey Hall of Fame this summer, the Kyle Elks teams that won 3 provincial championships in a stretch of 4 seasons. Big part of that is Jim Marshall, who I consider a hockey legend in my hometown of Kyle, and he's joining us in studio right now. Good morning, Jim.
Morning, Colin. How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Thanks for taking the time to drive to SwiftCurrent and join us today.
No problem. I'm glad to be here.
All right, so let's talk about those teams that won those provincial championships in 2016, 18, and 19. Let's talk about those teams and how dominant they were.
Well, we play in a very tough league, so of course then you play good competition all year, which prepares you for provincial playoffs, and then of course we have the league playoffs, and we were either first or second each year of those years, and then I know in 16 it was really a spectacular year. We lost a game, I think it was on January the 10th, and then we run the table. I think we went 22 games without a loss, including playoffs and SHA playoffs. So we won the league and the SHA playoffs without a loss, which is extraordinary. And then 18 we finished first, and we again went through SHA playoffs without a loss. We did lose a couple in league playoffs, but of course, again, that talks to the caliber of league that we play in. And in 19, we ended up second, and we ran the table in SHA playoffs. We played 11 SHA series in those 3 years, and we never lost a game. So I guess you could call that dominance.
Yeah, that is truly a dominant team. And I remember calling SAS Valley League final game when you guys clinched it back in 2018 in Eston, and that was a lot of fun for me, especially.
Yeah, that was and us and Eston, we have quite a rivalry too. So we've played Eston a lot in the playoffs, and it's usually, well, that series I think went 5, or I think in 19 it went 5. So. Yeah, it's a great rivalry, and like I said, it's a great league. So it doesn't matter who you end up playing in the final; it's going to be tough.
Now, the SAS Valley League, I think, is probably one of the best senior leagues in the province.
Well, we like to think so, and I know the one year, I think it was maybe 18, maybe it was 19, I can't remember. But we had a provincial D champion, which was us, a provincial B champion, which was Outlook, and a provincial C champion was Dinsmore. So we had 3 of the 4 provincial championships out of one league.
You were involved in those teams as an executive, but you've had a long hockey history in Kyle. Can you go into that a little bit?
Well, my senior career started probably when I think I played my first game when I was 15, but it was a call-up. Dennis Dixon was our goaltender, and I was playing midget, and he was hurt or had to work or something, so I played one game that year. That was it. And then I played the rest of my midget career, and then I played senior hockey right after because there was nowhere else to go. So I played probably till I was about 34, 35, and then I jumped right into coaching from there, which I'm not sure was a great idea, but it kept me in the game. And then I ended up coaching senior hockey. Then I dropped that. Then I started coaching kids hockey, and then took a bit of a break when I coached some here in SwiftCurrent with Jeff and JJ. So I wasn't that heavily involved with the Elks at that point. But when Jeff came back from junior, came back from Maine, then I went back into coaching and executive. And so I've been coaching. I was the assistant coach with Bane Glanders for those 3 years that we doubled her with 16, 18, and 19. So yeah, hockey, I love the game. So I guess if you're involved, it gives you something to do in the winter, number one. And I just love it.
Yeah, and you mentioned your kids. Jeff Marshall, he was my high school classmate. He plays minor hockey in SwiftCurrent, AA hockey, and then the Legionnaires, and then off to NCAA in Maine. So he's had a bit of a great hockey career himself.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he went from midget AAA to L'Orange for 3 years, and then went to Maine for 4. Yeah, then he came home, and I think he took a kick at the can down in the States for a little bit, and then he decided it wasn't for him, so he came home, and he's been playing senior hockey and he took last year off, and now he's back playing again this year. So
all right, great to see. And of course, this year's team well into provincial playoffs. They played Davidson in Kyle on Saturday, league playoffs against Dinsmore, and they're looking pretty good this season too.
Yeah, and Dinsmore are a very good team. They beat us first game 6-4, and we beat Davidson in Davidson game 1 3-2. So it should be, they're both going to be great series.
Yeah, and I'm hoping lots of people come up to Kyle to check out those games.
Yeah, come on out and watch. It's great hockey.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add, Jim?
No, I just like to, and we do this quite a bit, but I would just really like to thank our fan base in Kyle. It's a small town, but we have a tremendous following. They show up at the rink and to watch us at home, and they also follow us when we go on the road. It's surprising how many people from Kyle end up in the other team's rink, and we really appreciate it. It's nice to play in front of people that really like what you do.
I guess I forgot to ask, what's it like being joining a class like what's going into the Hockey Hall of Fame this summer?
Well, I heard Kent Silvernagle say something like their team had been talking about it for a while. Mm-hmm. I never dreamed in a million years that we'd be going into the Hockey Hall of Fame, the Saskatchewan Hockey Hall of Fame. It's surreal, and to go in with Travis and Patrick Marleau, and that group is special. I mean, Travis grew up 20 minutes from Kyle, mm-hmm. and has family in Kyle. So, and then Carson Lofsgaard was on the the Winter Games team. Yeah. So, and I've heard that it's a good possibility he's coming back. So, it's really, really special. I mean, when I was told about it, I kind of almost didn't believe it. I just thought that maybe somebody was, is this a gag or what's going on? But now that we're in, it's really special, and the organization and the community, I think, are very, very proud.
All right. It is very special indeed. Jim Marshall, congratulations, and looking forward to seeing you at the induction banquet this summer in Swift.
Thank you very much, Colin. It's been a pleasure.